And we have Professor Anand Krishnan, who is a professor in the Center for Community Medicine in All India Institute of Medical Science, New Delhi. So these three gentlemen, they have sort of inspired. A couple of years back, we had a workshop on this particular issue. It was an international workshop, which in a way sort of laid the background. And we realized that the use of participatory research in the field of environmental health, although there have been some practices around the world, but deeper knowledge and engagement is missing in India. So with the hope that this kind of course would contribute to building capacities in the researcher who are interested to pursue knowledge generation in the areas of environmental health, they would be adopting participatory way of exploring knowledge. This course was conceptualized, written, and one batch of participants got trained a year back. So what we are going to do in this meeting, let me share the agenda for today's. To begin with, we'll provide a course overview. I'm sure that some of you have already logged into the Moodle platform and therefore got familiar with the broad structure of the course. We'll talk a little bit about the course overview. Then, of course, we want to know each other, those who are new participants in this course, and also the faculty members who would be facilitating various sessions in the coming 6 weeks. And then we want to hear from Professor Tiwari, Dr. Tandon, and Professor Anand Krishnan. And we'll take a little bit of time to introduce you to the Moodle learning platform and its various features. And then, of course, we'll have a vote of thanks from Dr. Tanvi from ICMR. So that's the kind of broad agenda for today. Maybe we can start with a little bit of introduction. If you could tell your name and if you are currently engaged with an organization, please also mention the name of your organization and the kind of research that you have been doing or planning to do. 1 or 2 sentences about that. And may I also request all of you to, open your camera so that at least it's an online course. Most of the things will happen on Moodle, and occasionally we'll be meeting through Zoom. But it would be good to know each other and to see your face as we are showing our faces. I know that many a times there are bandwidth problems, but as long as you can keep your video open, I would appreciate that. So as I mentioned, let me start with me. My name is Dr. Kaustup Bandyopadhyay, and I'm a director in participatory research in Asia. And I have been working in this organization for the last 25 years. To my right, I could see Dr. Vishal. Dr. Vishal, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Vishal Diwan, presently working as Scientist E in National Institute for Research in Environmental Health. I am focusing on aspects of environmental health, but mostly working in the area of wash and waste management. And I will be you're one of the faculty in this course. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal. to my left is Mr. Ram Namdev.
Sir, my name I am Ram Shushil Namdev. I am a student of PhD in public health and presently working at a Tidal Healthcare pharmaceutical company. This is the pharmaceutical company.
Thank you, Ram. Then Miss Kabya. I guess you have to unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kavya Krishnan. Sir, am I
Yes,
audible,
you are.
sir?
Yes, you are audible.
I'm Kavya Krishnan. I did my post-graduation in epidemiology and public health, and currently I'm working in ICMR NIRE in a project as a project assistant. And my project is focusing on improving household waste segregation in Ujjain.
Great, thank you. Next to this frame is Dr. Tanvi.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Tanvi. I'm currently working as Scientist B in ICMR NIRE, and mostly I've been working in the field of air pollution and its effects on health. So I'll be one of the faculty involved in this program, and I'm looking forward to 6 weeks of nice interactive learning experience with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tanvi. Mr. Narendra Paul.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Narendra. I'm working with the organization known as CORD, Chinmay Organization for Rural Development, based in Dharamshala. We work in 5 states, and I'm really looking forward because our work is more with the community, directly working with the people, so that participatory research, the tools, and how we can make it more effective, so that we share and give back to the community more with them, making people bringing them to the center stage in research processes. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Narendra. Madhur Raj.
Hi all, very good afternoon. I'm Dr. Madan Raj, working as Scientist D in ICMR NIE, National Institute of Epidemiology, Chennai. I'm glad to be part of this team and part of this course, part of the resource person as well. And my field of interest is health system research, operational research in health programs.
Thank you, Dr. Madan Raj. Dr. Rohit Gautam.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Dr. Rohit Gautam. I did my PhD from JNU School of Environmental Sciences in animal to check the effect of mobile phone radiation on Vistarga. Currently, I am working as a Scientist B at ICMR headquarters in a NTF task force. On
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rohit. Surya.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Surya, and I'm working as Scientist B in ICMR NIRE Bhopal. My field of interest is are emerging contaminants in the water and soil, and I'll be one of the faculty for for the section water, and I'll be taking this course. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Surya. Vishwajit.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Vishwajit. I am a PhD scholar from Madras University, sir. I am mostly working with the fishery and aquaculture farmers community. Therefore, I wanted to join this course and I wanted to learn this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vishwajit. Miss Kritika Anand. I guess you have to unmute. We can't hear your voice. Not yet.
Is it audible now?
Yes, yes.
Hi, I'm Kritika Anand, working as a senior research assistant at the Center for Chronic Disease Control. I have an MPH in environmental health, and I work in the air pollution space. Looking forward to the course. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Aditi Thakkar.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. I'm Aditi, and right now I'm pursuing my Master of Public Health. I'm a second-year student from NIMHANS, Bengaluru. I was always interested with respect to the environmental health stuff and wanted to work in it. So looking forward to it like in the future. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Aditi. I could see one Monique and then some numbers and then Kaurav. I don't know who is this. Could you introduce yourself? Monique Kaurav.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Very good evening, sir. Myself, Dr. Monica Kaurav. I am working as an assistant professor in Guide Group of Institution, Ghaziabad. And my field of work is pharmaceutical biotechnology. Now, currently, I am joined this workshop to explore my knowledge in community-based health management, health system.
Okay, thank you so much for this short introduction. And I'm sure that over the next 6 weeks, we'll get more opportunity to get to know each other, both about the course and also the kind of work that you do or want to pursue. Many of you are pursuing your PhD work, so we'll be keen to know about your work. Let me share in terms of the course structure. Perhaps you are already familiar with this, but let me reinforce how we are going to structure this course. There will be 4 modules, and each module will be offered for a week. So the first module is Introduction to Environmental Health. And in this module, you'll get familiar with the various issues on environmental health. Module 2 is Fundamentals of Community-Based Participatory Research. Here in Module 2, we'll be primarily talking about the history, meaning, and relevance of participatory research, along with some of the key principles of community-based participatory research. So the first module we have will be offering from today onwards till 23rd, and the second module will be offered from 24th to 30th April. Then there is third module, which will talk about process and methods of community-based participatory research. Here we'll be talking mostly about certain tools and approach to community-based participatory research. And this will be offered between 1st and 7th of May. And the fourth module focuses on research dissemination, research ethics, and various challenges in using community-based participatory research in environmental health. And this particular module will be offered between 8th and 14th of May. As you could see that, over the next 1 month, we'll be offering these 4 modules. And then in order to, understand, we will give you an assignment, which is to prepare a research proposal based on the input that you receive, both on the content on environmental health, but also the content on community-based participatory research. So here you can choose one of the problems and then prepare a short research proposal, just to gauge that how far you have been able to pick up the various methods that we normally use in community-based participatory research. And these proposals need to be submitted by 19th of May. And before that, we'll have a lot of live interaction as well. And once we have reviewed your proposals, research proposals, then we'll have another round of discussion with them in order to give you some feedback. And based on that feedback that you receive from various faculty members, the final revised proposal need to be submitted by 26th May. And we hope to complete this entire course by 31st May, and therefore there would be a valedictory session on 31st May. In this course, we'll be using a lot of learning methods, but primarily you will be reading quite a lot of material on Moodle platform, and I hope that you have already received the login and ID and passwords to access Moodle platform. This morning I checked that a lot of you have already logged in the platform, and that is the main platform where you will find all the readings. And in each module you will have 2 to 3 short assignments which are reflective based on the reading that you make under each module. There will also be a couple of discussion forums under each module. And towards the end of each module, we'll have some self-assessment questions in the form of quizzes. And in between, we have a number of online classes. So as far as module 1 is concerned, we'll have 2 online classes. In module 2, we have 1 online class. In module 3, we have another online class. And module 4, we have 4 online classes focusing on a particular issue like air, soil, water, built environment, or climate change, plus 1 online class on the topic of module 4. In addition to that, as I mentioned, that there will be 1 online coaching on workshop or coaching workshop on community-based research proposal. Towards the end of today's conversation, I'll take you through the Moodle platform, and you will find that there is a portion called activity schedule. On that activity schedule, all the details are there, and also we have provided all the Zoom links through which you can join the online classes. So all the important dates, important announcements will be made primarily through the Zoom platform. So that's the way we have structured this course over the next 6 weeks. With this, let me invite Dr. Professor R.R. Tiwari, the director of ICMR NIRE, to say a few words about this course and the importance of this course, and what message would you like to give to the participants who have joined this course.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let me first welcome all the faculty and interesting participants for this second batch of NIRE Priya online course on CBPR in environmental health. I should also congratulate all the participants, because this time we had some sort of screening of the participant, because we received many applications, and then we screened some participants to be part of this course. So all those who made it in the list, they need to be congratulated. Now, it is interesting because the participants are from various fields, and they are coming together on single platform of CBPR, and that too in a very important issue, that is environmental health. Few are already working in environmental health, but then others are also interested in environmental health. This is heartening, because we know that the globe is facing a lot of environmental issues, India more so, and it is a responsibility of each and every citizen to contribute in a fruitful way to conserve or preserve our environment. And few are from research background, so you know there are a number of research methods through which we can research the number of issues which are related to environment. But then when we talk of addressing the issues, the community involvement plays a very significant role. And with that intention, we have Priya, Nire came together and formulated this course, which can be more translational in nature when we go for addressing environmental issues. And as rightly said by Dr. Kaustuv, that we have included a number of teaching modalities in this, except the physical interaction. In fact, we tried twice and we failed twice to have a physical course. But then hopefully when the third batch will be held, we will try that it should be held in a physical mode so that it becomes more interactive. Nevertheless, we had very wonderful experience in the first batch, where we had around 38 participants and we interacted with everybody, and then we ourselves learned a lot of things what they are doing. And the important part in this course is the last part, where we will be taking you to develop a research proposal. So my humble request will be that you attend all the part of this course, but focus also on the research proposal, because by the time we reach there, we are exhausted, so we don't pay much attention there. But then that will be a very good learning experience if you take active participation in the proposal development, because that will help you in implementing or working in your area of interest, employing the technique of CBPR in your area. So I wish you all the best for this course, and I will also be a faculty tomorrow. I will be introducing environmental health to you, and feel free to interact with any of the faculty anytime during these 6 weeks or later. So with this, I again welcome you for this course. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Tiwari. I must sort of mention here that without your inspiration and guidance, this course would not have been possible to launch. And of course, your leadership and the team in Nire has been a wonderful colleague throughout this process. And we look forward to working together again. Let me invite Dr. Rajesh Tandon, who's the founder president of Participatory Research in Asia. Dr. Tandon.
Namaskar, good morning, good afternoon. I am delighted to be able to join this inaugural session. We are very proud of our partnership with ICMR Nire, Professor Tiwari, Dr. Vishal, Dr. Krishna. So many of you have been very actively involved in designing and facilitating this course. From all accounts, this is a unique course focusing on environmental health challenges in our country. And we look to you all as participants, researchers, to take this issue forward in a way that we can begin to promote improved action on the ground on these issues. I'm very delighted to hear that many of you have already been working on this issue. So very warm welcome to all of you as participants. And I want to suggest to you a few ideas which I think will be relevant to your professional development as you move forward in your career. The first important idea to remember is that the National Education Policy in 2020 began to talk about more explicitly the importance of engaged learning, engaging with the real world outside, and also undertaking research on issues of sustainable development goals, climate, environment, in a actionable manner. Research which is contextually relevant and research which produces actionable findings where different stakeholders get involved in taking action. We know that very high quality research is going on around the world on issues of climate distress. Many Indian scholars and researchers have contributed to that. But we still find that action on the ground, not just policies, but also implementation on the ground, continues to remain slow and hesitant. In our view, any one of us, and most certainly the communities where these problems are, would take action if they own the knowledge that is produced. And community-based participatory research methodology makes this premise that there is some knowledge in the society, in the community, which, when complemented with professional expertise of academically trained researchers, jointly produces solutions which are scientifically rigorous and locally actionable. It is with this view that we have designed this course. In the last 3 years, there have been a number of other developments in UNESCO and international cooperation, which I bring to your attention. Last year, UNESCO organized its third World Higher Education Conference. And in its theme was transformative knowledge for a just and sustainable future. In this theme, a consensus emerged, and I will provide links to those documents through the Moodle platform. My colleagues will do that. Those of you who are interested can read the full document because it is very thought-provoking document. And it is a consensus document. Our government is also signatory to those documents. The consensus emerging in that conference was that unless research fraternity engages with other societal actors, knowledge production remains at a level of generality which does not produce actionable solutions, whether they are sustainable development goals or they are issues related to climate and environment. The second very significant development is UNESCO recommendation on open science, a powerful document unanimously agreed by all member states, including India, released in November 2021. Most of the time, we think open science has to do with open access to data among scientists. Yes, that is an important part of it. But UNESCO recommendation goes beyond. It talks about science which is conducted in the lab, science which is conducted with communities. It talks about multiple ways of knowledge produced through academic research and knowledge produced with lived reality over generations. And many of you would recognize that during the lockdown of COVID, with disruption in supply chain around the world, most importantly in many areas in India, our communities, our homes found solutions to remain healthy, to protect ourselves, to eat well. And a lot of those solutions emerged out of experiential knowledge passed down generation through our grandparents, grandmothers, and other elders. So community knowledge is gaining recognition, and UNESCO recommendation on open science acknowledges it, and it implores going forward greater partnership between the world of academe and the world of communities and practice. This UNESCO recommendation on open science is now being implemented in India. Open science, part of the science policy document, is under preparation to align itself to India's commitment to UNESCO open science recommendation. Why I'm mentioning this is because as young professionals, you are entering an era where researchers will be called upon to use their professional expertise in co-creating solutions which provide practical answers to the challenges we face. And the most significant challenge, as we recognize around us, and Professor Tiwari was emphasizing it so clearly, is the challenge of climate and environment, water, air, pollution, and its impact on the health of our people, starting from the health of children, is a very serious and continued challenge that we face. And in order for solutions to emerge, we need to find ways to partner with, tap local knowledge, add scientific expertise we have to that local knowledge, such that those knowledge solutions are implemented to improve the situation. And that is why I am fully in agreement with Professor Tiwari's recommendation to each of you that please take that research proposal seriously. The idea is that you learn various concepts, tools, methods. We will share case studies and all that with you. But the end product for you is the research proposal. And we know you are working in different domains of environmental health. And that is why our professional colleagues in NIRE, led by Professor Tiwari, and many a time we'll call upon Dr. Anand Krishnan as well, to support you to understand those domains, but also how to convert them into doable research proposals, which we hope you will undertake after the completion of the course. In my view, this new knowledge that all of you will produce will become a benchmark for the next generation of researchers. And we are committed, NIRE, ICMR, NIRE, and PRIA are committed together to bring those research documents in volumes which can be disseminated nationally and internationally. We are also ambitious that if the research comes forward, we will even come together to organize a national conference where you can present your research findings, and we can invite other scholars internationally to join in that process. So I'm really delighted and very pleased that we are launching this second round. We learned a great deal from the first round, and our team at ICMR, NIRE, and PRIA, Professor Vishal and Kaustav and others have worked so closely to redesign this course. And we know that your experience of this course will provide further insights as we move forward. And we look forward to your active participation. Online does not mean turn the course on and go and cook some parathas. Please engage with this process. Moodle platform is very friendly. Please read the material. If you come across new materials related to these topics, share them freely. If you have questions, as Professor Tiwari has said, throughout this 6 weeks, but even beyond, please ask them, reach out to us. We are very happy to support you, because in your future research, we see an important contribution in addressing environmental health in our country. So thank you very much. And I will also be part of the faculty and joining various sessions, and look forward to sharing and learning together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Tandon. It's always a pleasure to hear you, and you sort of in a way defined the broader context of this course, and citing examples from the international practices, and many global institutions are now coming up with their support towards co-production of knowledge with the community and academic researcher. And I guess that's the way forward in order to solve many of our entrenched environmental climate-related problems in India. So thank you so much for those words and the suggestion given to the participants about enjoying this course and engage in the learning process. Thank you so much. May I now invite Professor Anand Krishnan. Professor Anand Krishnan is the first one who sort of nudged us to first of all coming together, two institutions, Priya and Nire, then having an arranging meeting between Dr. Tandon and Professor Tiwari, and we all joined the discussion. And then over the years, he has been instrumental in inspiring us to prepare this course and launch the first one, and continuing with the second course. And I'm also hopeful that the wish that Dr. Tiwari has expressed in this meeting, that someday we'll be able to do a face-to-face course. And that someday is not too far, and we'll sort of continue to seek your support, Professor Krishnan. So let me give you the platform, Professor Anand Krishnan.
Thank you, Kaustubh, and thank you, Dr. Rajesh Tandon and Dr. Tiwari. I'm very happy to be here, as just was said, that the idea for this workshop came when actually Dr. Tandon hosted it in Priya on a CBPR on air pollution about a couple of years back, where I happened to be there, Dr. Tiwari happened to be there, and that was my first exposure to CBPR. Frankly, I've been in community medicine, but not really too much into CBPR. And then I thought that sort of opened my eyes, and I said we should do more work on this. And then fortunately, I was the chair of the Scientific Advisory Committee of NIRE, so I could nudge Dr. Tiwari more. Otherwise, I would not have been able to push for this. So my position as a chair of the SAC made me push Dr. Tiwari's team, and my with Dr. Tandon's help, we pushed Priya's team. And I think both of them are an excellent team. I think the team from NIRE and Priya are respectively experts, I think, best in the country in sort of environmental health and in community-based participation. And we are trying to marry the two and see that how we can push for more community-based research in the environment. Because I have always said this earlier, that all environmental issues community is the most important stakeholder in that. Everybody else comes after that. Because they are both the part of the problem, they are the part of the solution, they are everywhere in issues related to the environment. And we cannot really make a dent in the whole environmental issues, whether it is air pollution or water pollution or soil pollution, without fully engaging with communities. However, in my own experience as in public health, I have largely seen that when we are discussing environmental health, there are two kinds of experts. One are exposure measurement experts. They are good at modeling and measuring exposures. And there are health effects. They are very good at measuring disease. People like me. And those are the only two kinds of experts in environment. You are either an exposure expert or you are a health expert. And generally those two don't talk to each other too much. They require different kinds of expertise. I think we need to create a third group of people, which is what this workshop is, that who are community experts, who are experts at working with communities. Because just measuring, most of environmental research is largely in terms of measuring exposure, measuring impact of health, not really, there is action is completely missing. And I think that is where the focus has to be. We need more groups of people who are focusing on doing something about it, rather than measuring. So that was the basic thought process which started us on this path. And generally we treat community as a setting. Okay, we will go ask them some questions. We don't really see in our research of them as a resource themselves or the dynamics in the community which impacts the pollution or the environment or them being a co-creator. And I think Rajiv, even I was in the same boat. The exposure which I had at Priya is what made me rethink. So we are hoping to create a sort of attitudinal change in all these people. And I see many of you are from ICMR internal thing itself. And maybe over a period of time, ICMR will also move towards doing more community-based work and participatory research. And as already said, I think we should go for a more physical. Our original plan was to have a physical workshop, but COVID made it closer to be an online. But over a period of time, we'll go back to a physical mode. And we are hoping that through you, we'll have a critical mass of people who are acting like a change agents to push this agenda forward. And as already said, please work on a proposal just to show how you can really make a difference. Obviously, not all of them might get done, might get funded, but I think the preparation of proposal itself will lead to some sort of thinking on your part. And tomorrow, as a researcher, you will get more chances to actually use that skill and write more research proposals which look into this aspect. So all the best to all the participants, and I'm sure you have a very good, all the 4 modules are going to be good. As I said, I'm not an expert either in community-based participatory research nor in environmental area. So I'm just here to facilitate all of you and encourage all of you. And looking forward to hearing your feedback on the modules so that we can continuously improve ourselves. So congratulating both Priya and Nirya for the 2nd edition and looking forward to more such editions. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Anand Krishnan, always inspiring. I know that Dr. Tandon has to leave early. It's already early morning he's in Canada, so it's early morning there. But thank you for joining, Dr. Tandon. I look forward to continue our interaction through Zoom and Moodle. Thank you, Dr. Tiwari. Thank you, Dr. Anand Krishnan. Let me take this opportunity to introduce you to the Moodle platform. As I mentioned, that many of you have already started sort of logging in and got familiar with the Moodle platform. Here, all your course materials will be available on this module. And you have already got your login ID and password. And once you have used them, then you will come to this page. And the way it is now structured is that you have to stay on a single page. You don't have to go anywhere other than the live online classes for which we will be using the Zoom platform. And if you look at the screen on the left-hand side, you will see you have a navigational panel. And all the course materials could be navigated through this navigational panel. And now just we are at the start of this course, and therefore this is about the course and what are the course rationale and what benefits you can draw by attending this course, what are the core objectives, structure and pedagogy, etc. And in order to facilitate some peer exchange and getting to know each other, there is this section called Introduce Yourself. So once you click this one, a new window will open, and there you can also type in your name, your affiliation, organization, or otherwise, your experience so far with the research studies on environmental health or otherwise that you can do. And then I would sort of encourage you to visit this activity schedule and review this one time to time, because all the important dates and announcements will appear here. And as you can see that today is our inaugural session, the Zoom meeting link is also provided here. Similarly, for tomorrow's meeting, the Zoom link is also here. So in case you haven't received an email from the organizers, or you have sort of misplaced your email, one-stop place would be to come to Moodle and get your information from here. You can click your Zoom here, click this link to get on Zoom platform, and so on and so forth. So all the materials are, all you need to do is to scroll down, and this is the first module, and all the materials are here. So it's an important reading, and then there are a couple of pages where you can click it, and this will open up for further reading. So that's the material all about. And then on the left hand side, on this navigational panel, you will see a discussion forum 1, 2, 3, 4. As I mentioned right in the beginning, that under each module you will have a couple of discussion forums, and basically in a way to reflect on what you have already read in the course or in a module, but also reflecting on your broader understanding and the prior experience that you have. And as we could understand that all of you have a wealth of knowledge even before you joined this course. So therefore, we want to facilitate some kind of horizontal peer exchange, so that we all can learn from each other. So participation in these discussion forums are the ways to facilitate those horizontal learning. And then we have already put module 2, but you can see there is a lock symbol here. This icon will open once you have completed the first module. So once you have completed the first module, automatically the second module will be open, and likewise the module 3 and module 4. And it's a very simple platform. All you need to do is to follow the instruction, and in places we have given some special instruction: do this, do that, participate in that, other than the discussion forum as well. But in case you face any difficulty, please let us know. You can write to Dr. Anshuman Karol or Dr. Vishal Diwan or Dr. Tanvi, anyone, or you can also write to our technical assistant. His email ID is also given, has also been shared with you. So please feel free to share your questions or anything where you feel stuck as far as the Moodle platform is concerned. And on the bottom, you can on the top of these, you can also see participants, whoever who is participating in this course. You will get a list of these once you click this one, and all the other details are available on this course. So that's the kind of Moodle platform at a glance, and as you use it more, you will get familiar with other features of the module. So with that, we conclude, and let me to give a vote of thanks and good luck for the course. and which is sort of starting from tomorrow. Thank you so much. Dr. Tanvi.
Thank you, sir. I'm delighted to have been part of this inaugural session that marks the beginning of this online course being offered by two eminent institutes in India. So developing this course has actually required sincere efforts from numerous individuals, and I really feel honored to be able to formally acknowledge and express my gratitude to all who have been a part of this journey since its conception. I'm especially grateful to our three mentors, Dr. Rajnarayan Tiwari, Director, ICMR NIRE, Dr. Anand Krishnan, Professor, Department of Community Medicine, AIIMS Delhi, and Dr. Rajesh Tandon, Founder Director, PRIA, for their insightful guidance without which this course would hardly have been possible. I would also like to express heartfelt thanks to course coordinator, Dr. Kaustuv Bandyopadhyay, and all course coordinators, including Dr. Vishal Diwan, Scientist E, ICMR NIRE, and Dr. Anshuman Carroll from PRIA. I wish to appreciate the efforts invested by the faculty members of both the institutes in painstakingly compiling and curating the precise but informative contents of this course, and for their commitment to interact and discuss with the participants. I would be remiss if I failed to mention the constant support and advance by the computer and IT teams, as well as numerous other technical and administrative staff of both the institutions. And last but not least, I wish to thank all the participants who have shown their sincere interest in pertinent topics like environmental health and CBPR by registering for this course and attending today's inaugural session. Thank you. I hope that the coming 6 weeks would be a really fruitful learning experience for us all. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you, Dr. Tanvi. With this, we come closure of this inaugural session. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. So thank you to everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
Thank you.